I'll be right with you. We're getting things kicked off right now. I'm sorry I'm 5 minutes late, Proto, my man. Thank you for showing up. Just let me make some adjustments. I'll be right with you. Thank you for joining us. Be right there. My friends, my friends, my friends. It's been a wild day already so far. Thank you for being with me. Proto in the building. Shout out to you, Proto. Very happy to have you in the building. First and foremost, we tried to run a stream a little bit earlier in the day. I think this is the first stream that has been done at this time. So early. It's only 12:30 right now. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. 12:37, excuse me. Running 5 minutes behind, unfortunately. But I thank you. I ask for your forgiveness, first and foremost. And thank you for being here with me. So let's get things kicked off. By the way, the fights yesterday, I got a weird vibe from them. I had fun watching the fights. Yeah, it is, Coach. The earliest I remember is 12 a.m. for me, which is, this is the time most people in Europe will tune in. Okay, Tom Kirky, what's up, my man? I'll keep that in mind. I definitely enjoy having our friends from Europe join us, so I need to be more considerate and ensure that I position these things during the day so that everybody gets an opportunity. Let's get back to the channel. I'm just trying to get back to the channel. I'm struggling right now to get back to my channel. Marvin would have been outclassed by Darren Till. That is an excellent point, dude. I appreciate that. Proto says a lot of people from the UK talk about joining the stream. That would be great. I would love it. And so I will definitely change my weekend habits, because I know streaming during the day isn't a problem for here in the US. And if it's better for everybody in the UK as well, the weekend might be, midday streams going forward, or will be midday streams. I want to give everybody a chance to talk, show up, say what's up, most importantly. So, and so what'd you say? Tom Kirky says, Coach, can't wait to see if I've got a title fight tomorrow. I've been waiting long enough. Yeah, it's been a long time, man. I feel like it's like, okay, let's get at MMA Gaming. Shout out to at MMA Gaming. I'm ready for my next fight too. I know that there's probably just been some delays. These things happen when you're running your own system, your own a league. It's hard to organize. It's hard to get people to consistently show up, and it's, you got life too. Tom Kirky says he was rocked on the feet by Holland. Yeah, this is Tom Kirky says you want. Yeah, sure, I'll fight Tom Kirky. I was sending one to Proto, but Tom, if you want to warm up before we get going, and then I can finish with Proto, because I don't think we fought in a long time, Tom. But Proto says, Coach, I can't fight. Sorry, man. I've pulled an all-nighter trying to fix my sleep pattern. Oh, sleep is much more important in this, Proto. I'm sending you positive vibes. I've heard you mention you've had sleep issues before, so positive vibes and getting sleep. I have issues sleeping myself, and it's terrible. I mean, people that don't have sleep problems don't understand how hard it is. And Tom Kirky, what is your gamer tag again for me, please? People don't understand how rough it is when you don't get sleep. It's like, it's more than being tired. It's just almost, you feel physically sick. Oh, there you are. Tom Kirky, 2007. Sending that invite for a nice little warm-up. Proto says he needs to order some CBD. Hey, I've heard that it actually works. I've heard CBD actually helps people get that rest that they need. Thanks for sending the invite, Tom. I will take it. Let me see. where it is. In fact, last night I'm operating on. I feel like I went to bed late, but I felt like I got enough sleep. But I was waking up in and out, and so I feel tired. Tom Kirky says CBD stops cancer as well. We'll put an asterisk over that comment because we don't know if that's necessarily true. But so Proto says, I never realized you can order it online until a few months ago, so I'll have to invest. Yeah, man, you can definitely access it online. I didn't know what the rules or the laws are on distributing it or getting it to your front door. I'm not quite sure what that would actually look like, but yeah, they definitely have eased up on the laws here in the States. CBD is completely legal, I think, in most of the states, I want to say. Marijuana, of course, is not. So I'm trying to find different fighters. I like Volk, but I found that at Flyweight, I always want to try something different. I've been trying to switch up my approach to the game a little bit here because I feel like there's just a lot of backing up. I'm not throwing, a lot of the times, I'm not throwing from a planted stance. So I've just been forcing myself to try to just eat losses, standing still and just trying to learn. CBD is completely legal in the UK. It's the THC they have a problem with, unless you have a medical card. Taj Tenet, I didn't even see you. Taj Tenet, what's up? Taj Tenet, welcome back, my man. You're here every day now. Thank you. I'm giving you a dojo respectful bow. Blood says, let's go! Ethan's in the building. Giving you that respectful bow, Taj. I'm bowing to everybody. How is everybody doing? I'm glad to see you here with me on a Sunday. I hope everybody's healthy. I hope everybody's doing well. Thanks to Tom Kirky for giving me a quick little warm-up. Quick little warm-up out here. Edson Barbosa. JMA says, Coach smoking that good again. No, I wasn't smoking anything. Coach, what are you thinking about the camp idea? Camp idea 50-50. We've both had a few days to think about it now. Yeah, so Proto has been talking about the idea of starting up a UFC camp, a UFC 4 camp, and I've been hesitant because it takes effort. Like, if you're going to do a camp the right way, you have to put in resources. You have to organize. You need to be responsive. You have to, like, give people a reason and a feeling that they're on a team. Donato! I mean, and I feel like I've been a part of a lot of UFC 4 camps, and it's so hard to keep that level of engagement on. So Proto's been pushing me. He's been saying, dude, let's get moving on this. And he's right. It's like, I like to stagnate. I like to procrastinate. And like to think things over. And, I'll say to Proto's idea is, look, it won't be all on you. We'll do 50-50. I'll take over a lot of this administrative tasks and stuff, and I'll be dedicated and a big part of it. And so to answer your question, Proto, Coach, JMA says his Mayweather, which is talking about ESBC, hit 1,000 views. Oh my God, that is crazy. That is awesome. I actually got excited when I clicked on your video because I was like, what? They said Mayweather's going to be in the game? And then, but it was a great title and thumbnail because I would have clicked on it anyways, but as soon as I saw that one, I was like, whoa. That's awesome though, man. I've never even gotten close to 1,000 views on anything, so shout out to JMMA. Check out JMMA, people, if you hadn't had a chance. Tom Kirky putting in work. Coach Donato Nardo. So, Coach, start a camp. You and Proto are good enough. Donato says, what up, Bled? Yeah, so I think it is a good idea. I think what Proto has, it's a good idea. I told Proto I wanted to think about it until Tuesday. And I will. I think I'm going to still think about it until Monday. I'll give a final answer on tomorrow's stream. And Proto's going to be like, shut up. Just answer it. But I will. I'll give an answer tomorrow. I think we'll do it. Denise is just watching Old Hell's Kitchen and saw you went live. That's awesome. That's great that somebody's still watching that show. I think my wife used to watch it. I just saw the clips of the chef just being extremely hostile towards people. I thought it was hilarious. Blood said, look at the website. Oh, by the way, Ethan at Rear Naked MMA just released his new MMA website. He's not in here yet, but that's at Rear Naked MMA. Give his article a read. Go to his website. Check him out. You do need time to think about it. I'm still unsure about the whole camp thing, but I have an idea. We could set up a Discord. Proto, I think a Discord is essential. I was completely, until Critical Sandman brought up the idea of a Discord, I was completely not with. In fact, Proto, you know what? We need to do that. We need to just do it. I'm changing my mind on the time frame. We need to just do it. It's not going to be that hard to do. That's my final answer. We'll get the process moving here. Let's do it. Let's get the process started. Let's try it out. If it fails, it fails. I'm not saying it will, but if something goes wrong, it doesn't work out, it won't work out. We'll learn a lesson from it. And we'll have fun. Primarily, the goal is having fun, and it will add structure to helping people out. Like, I'm not the best, but I think we can share information with each other, share information with other people. Good round, Tom Kirky, to you. We can share information with, I don't know, just get each other better. And I think it'll also be good for the ESBC boxing game. I think that's where it will really be helpful, is coming in at the ground level, all of us having ties and entering in, having a boxing camp to sharpen our skills with. I mean, we meet pretty much every day. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely down to get things started. Just giving Tom Kirky's giving me the workout of my life. Blood said we need a fire name, though. The name is important. It is. The name is important. And all of that will come. And, but I was talking about Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen was out in the time. I don't know. In fact, I don't even know if they might not have had that show in the UK, or maybe they had the original Hell's Kitchen over there, and what I was watching was a copy, but that was like in the prime of reality TV, which we've now seen has gone away. It's been replaced by real people just putting out their lives on, all these different channels, Instagram and all that stuff. Proto says Hell's Kitchen with Gordon Ramsay. Yes, Hell's Kitchen with Gordon Ramsay. That's what Donato said he was watching before he came in here. Yeah, and when that show was popular, it was like a, I don't know, like you couldn't escape reality TV. in America at least. It was just like, I don't know why that show reminds me of that era of life, like Big Brother, and it was just like Survivor, all that stuff. Yeah, it's been in the UK for ages. Gordon Ramsay's from the UK. Duh, of course. Okay. There you go. In fact, I ate at one of his restaurants that he has in Vegas. It wasn't particularly great, but I got fish and chips and it was okay. Yeah, Ethan says Gordon Ramsay is a mean guy. Yeah, I'm wondering how you talk, if it's not completely scripted, how you get into somebody's face and talk to people the way Gordon Ramsay does and get away with it. But man, last night was crazy watching at UFC Vegas. It was crazy watching Kevin Holland. That may have been the weirdest fight experience I've had in a while. It was not a good fight. I'll be the first to acknowledge it wasn't a good fight, but it was the first time I watched the guy lose a fight. Cage Official! What's up? Long time no see, Cage Official. Welcome back to the stream, my man. It's been a long time. Welcome back. Hopefully we can see some of your fight night posting. And I know you posted one recently. Wasn't able to make it. I think it was last week. Very happy to see you back in here, Cage Official. We just started talking about getting a camp started amongst, a team heavy hands or whatever type camp going. And we are all just started talking about last night's fights with Kevin Holland. And I was saying it was really weird because I've never seen a guy lose a fight. Or maybe I have and I just don't remember it, but Kevin Holland was losing that fight, but the entire time I was thinking, if there's just literally this one aspect or two aspects of his game which have not been developed. Like, this guy would be destroying Vettori. If he knew how to stuff a takedown, this fight would have been ended. Like, every time Kevin was on his feet and he was able to land a shot, it looked like he was quickly shutting out Vettori's lights. Or rearranging his senses for a second. It was weird. Even in the fifth round, I mean, he blasted Vettori with that 1-2. And, Vettori was feeling it. He got staggered. Whatever happens to Kevin Holland, the game needs to be get his stand up to a point. Team Heavy. Oh, that's not the actual name, Cage, but I appreciate you, man. And he said, yeah, the takedowns were so annoying, but Vettori used his strengths well. Yeah, the takedowns were not good. I can't imagine Dana White was happy with the second run on ABC. Think about it. This is different from a pay-per-view. There are way more people watching this on ABC than there are watching the pay-per-view. You want exciting fights. That's why Darren Till was there. That's why you would have put Marvin Vettori versus Darren Till. It's not an expensive fight, but it's a fight that's going to have some fireworks. And Cage says, Team Evans, I love it. And he says, takedowns were annoying, but Vettori used his strength. Yeah, Ethan says, he's never going to be champ. He said he's not changing his game because people wrestle. Such a stupid mindset. Well, he said that he was going to... He said that he was going to wrestle. And he said in a tweet afterwards that I'll see you in 9 weeks, like joking about wrestling with Khabib's guys. He knows there's a problem. He knows that, and he said he's going to take he knows he's going to, and he said he's going to take a break. So, and he does. I don't want to see him take any short notice fights. I don't want to see Kevin Holland until the fall. Take the summer off. You fought 7 times in probably 7 or 8 months. Kevin Holland, go take a break. I want you up in San Jose with DC. Blood says his wrestling is so bad. It's his wrestling and his grappling. Like, he doesn't know how to do either. He can't grapple or wrestle. And DC, Dominic Cruz asked a really good question. He was like, what's more important, the grappling, like the ground grappling, or stuffing the takedown, the anti-wrestling skills? And DC was right. Dude has to learn how to not get put on his back. He's never going to become the wrestler that Brunson is. He's never going to out-grapple a guy like Vettori. But he needs to learn how to make himself almost bulletproof when it comes to stuffing a takedown. I mean, look at Anderson Silva in the first Chael Sonnen fight compared to the second one. Chael Sonnen had an incredibly difficult time taking Anderson Silva down in the second fight. It was almost, while he did get the takedown, it was way harder, and when he did secure the takedown, Anderson's ground game was completely different. I mean, he got that lockdown on Chael, and Chael couldn't do much of what he did in that first fight. And a lot of people will say, well, Chael wasn't on steroids, or as many steroids for the second fight, but that's neither here nor there. Chael dominated. He's the undefeated GOAT. Yeah, Chael has a cult following, that's for sure, man. It's hilarious what he's got going on. Chael will put up a video, and I didn't realize it, and he'll get 250,000 views in less than a day. JMA says, you didn't even see the card. He was at the gym all day. I bet you were excited, Jay. That's good for you. I'm sure that was better for you to be at the gym, getting prepared. Do you have an event you're getting prepared for? Ethan says he's not in that call, but it's hilarious. Yeah, it is interesting. Coach says, I can't lie, I was looking back at your career mode and I was very disappointed. You didn't even make the UFC. God. Dude, it was awful, Proto. My career mode, and I'm leaving it up there. I never made the UFC. I got crushed. It was my first go at the game, playing UFC 4, and I did it on Legendary, and I just got crushed. I should actually do another one to see what happens. Like, how much better do I do now? That would actually be interesting. And I've thought about, and I would do a lot more editing to take out a lot of the sparring hours. Like, the sparring is not necessary. Oh, Proto says, what was your record at the end? Yeah, no, I don't even remember, dude. It was awful. I remember I started off undefeated, like 5-0 or something, and I felt really good, and I just kept losing and choked out. I was getting knocked out by my sparring partners. It was bad, and I kept it out there because it was real, dude. Like, it's same with the AI versus AI fights that I call. I never run those twice. Unless I forget, like, the display settings on or something weird happens, I never run them twice. The fight is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was my idea with that career mode. And I was, I should do another one just to measure the progress. Woo! It's a wrap. Just a quiet wrapping. Shout out to Tom Kirky. Good fight to you, my man. JMMA says, yeah, I have a competition coming up next month. What, Ethan, thank you. He says AI videos are fire. Check out our next week ones are coming up soon. Tom Kirk says that was a murder. No, it wasn't. You did a good job, man. Ethan, AI videos are very good. I appreciate that, Proto, my man. Thank you. JMMA says, yeah, I have a competition coming up next month, so I'm getting ready for that. That is great to see that you're back in the gym and getting ready. Cage Official, shout out. Thank you for saying great fight. That was just a warm-up for the real deal, which is coming up now, folks. We are getting back at it in some ranked fights. Ed 20, you're here. Don't ever apologize for being late, missing a stream. Thank you. I give you that karate bow for showing up. Respect for being here in the first place. I'm honored to have all of you join me on a Sunday for some video game fun and conversations. We're 209th in the world, universe. Everywhere we know, we are 209th. We are 89th in North America, so we got to do a better job here. Got to climb up the ranks. Pro says you should do a fighter showcase, coach. Like, let's say you use Whitaker in a quick match or ranked. Bruh, I will. In fact, if that's what you think, I will actually do that. Donato says it's happy hour wrap. That's right, a little cheaper wrap. Yeah, Proto, I actually really like that idea. Say use quick match. Yeah, I would like to do a quick match with fighters I don't normally use and just run quick match and show some highlights. I've thought about doing that. I didn't know the value that'd be out there, but I do need to try some different things, shorter videos and things that are really editable and something like that where I'm using less common characters and just having fun, trying to show out with them. I was going to try to do that for sure. Ed says, how was the Jaeger bombs last night, Coach? You have a good time? Thanks for asking, my man. I hope you had a good time, first and foremost. And also, what did you do? I'm asking you preemptively. And I did have fun. We had some drinks, watched some fights, hung out, and we had a good time. It was a good decision, I think, not to stream last night, because I'm sure it would have added losses. Not that you wouldn't lose at any other time. Ethan says, never stop the AI vids to get you pumped for fights. Yeah, I won't. I want to actually, like I said, mess around with editing a little bit more, put a little bit more of a personal touch on what I'm doing, and I am working on learning that, or I'm in the beginning phases of that. Let's see. He's using my guy. You know what? I want to go for Calvin Gash. I use Calvin Gash. Got a sparkling water. Got my coffee. Look at the viewers, Coach. It's already high quality. Look at the viewers. What do you mean, look at the viewers? Bro, the first round was a draw, then I just got whooped. When you say look at the viewers, what do you mean, Tom Kirky? I don't think he just got whooped. That was clearly back and forth. But yeah, thank you for pointing them out. Chrono says, Coach has been blowing up recently. He was on 12 constantly Friday. Yeah, man, people have been showing up for the stream more than ever before, and it's just us talking, hanging out. We're not doing anything crazy, but people have been showing up. It's crazy. I talked to my wife about it. I'm like, dude, we are literally just having fun. I'm not the best in the world. I don't claim to be. We're just trying to grind, trying to make it to the top 100, and trying to learn. And we've picked up a growing group of friends along the way, man. I love this. Like I said, even last night, hanging out, I'm having a great time. I'm talking about getting back to the stream. Like, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to stream and talk about these fights. Which, speaking of, I know the Kevin Holland situation was interesting, but I also found Mike Perry's loss interesting, and his comment, he says, we have a wholesome community. Absolutely. I really dig the energy here. But I found Michael Perry's comment, like he said, I was once great. Then I was just shared UFC misery and joy, yeah. Ed says, finally on my PlayStation, can give you a game at any point if you fancy it. We haven't played yet. Yeah, absolutely, Ed. We can get one in after this if you like. Be more than happy to. Coach, when Derek Lewis fights Ngannou, Lewis KOs Ngannou. I don't think that's gonna happen, my friend. That's a brave Proto says, take this guy down. I just did. I remember this guy, Proto. He's very difficult to take down, but you're right. Ed says he's down. Victor, get Vicked. Every time I hear somebody in the crowd shout, sweep the legs, I think of Donato, Coach Donato. Man, that takedown defense is on fleek. Fake the overhand and shoot a normal single leg. Okay. That worked. I didn't fake the overhand, but I did fake the jab, and that definitely helped. Thank you, Proto. And I'm sorry for missing these comments. Jeez. He was once an average beating Felder. Now he can't beat bums. Who are we talking about? Take this guy down. Derek Lewis. So Ngannou's chin is soft. Tom Kirky, why would you say Ngannou's chin is soft? He's never gotten dropped. Stipe's right has made large men fall and crumble. Stipe he's a small dude, but he hits hard. That right straight it's not the only tool he has, but he's a legit striker, dude. Stipe's a big man and he hits hard. So the fact that Ngannou got kind of frozen by that shot is not surprising. You know, I would expect Ngannou to get that rocked, but no, if Ngannou continues to train at the rate that he appears to be training at, I don't see how Derek Lewis beats a more technically sound Francis Ngannou. Now, if we see the Francis that comes out against Jairzinho Rozenstruik, then yeah, we might see a knockout. That could happen. Stipe doesn't have crazy power like Derek. Derek's lands clean, and Ngannou goes night-night. Yeah, I suppose you're right. I mean, that goes for either of them, though, right? Like, if either of those two land clean on each other, there's a chance that the other one go night-night. Everybody go night-night. Oh, my goodness. This guy was so difficult to get to the ground. What DC was saying about Francis and him being marketable heavyweight is correct. Francis just has this... I can't see the rest of that comment, but you said Francis just has this aura like Fedor. Yeah, I don't think Francis is right at the Fedor level aura yet, but he's got the foundation to have it. Like, if we can add a couple more wins while he has a championship belt, it could be the same guys he's already... It could be Curtis Blades for a third time. It could be... Or a second time. It could be anybody that he's fought. We just need to see him as champion racking up these wins. And he will start to have... I mean, every win, he'll just get this aura of invincibility. That Stipe loss will become further and further in our memories. And man, if he beats John Jones, you guys, if he can stop the guy that's called the greatest of all times, forget about it. Ngannou will go down in history. You're looking at a guy that has that potential to breach into, you know, our parents' living rooms type of guy. The only thing about him that I caution about it when it comes to his past behavior is that he seems to get really into himself. Like, I think he make a lot of mental errors. Like, he made some pretty big poor judgment calls before the first Stipe fight, like traveling back to France and, you know, doing different, not training wrestling necessarily. Proto says, you have to remember, Derek is very shy against Francis for no reason. Francis had the excuse of getting demolished by Stipe. There was a reason, Proto. If you remember and you look back, Derek Lewis had significant back issues. He said his back, and it happened to him in the Mark Hunt fight, he said, as well, where he just, like, locked up. If you remember, he fought Mark Hunt. It was, supposed to be a big fight, and Derek really didn't look himself, and he said he had the same thing happen there. Well, it's not your bad. It did look crazy. Ed says, I still think Francis can get baited. In the Jairzinho fight, he neglected the patient mode and went on a blitz. Yeah, you're right. The fight IQ is clearly an issue for Francis Ngannou. And Jay points out that Derek had a bad ACL as well. Yeah, I think he's had that knee surgery, and yeah, Derek's has some serious... He's gotten a lot of reconstruction done since that fight. It'll be interesting to see those two go at it again. I do not think we're going to see two guys staring at each other for 3 rounds again. And that will be a 5-round fight, by the way. And I almost think the fact that their first fight was so weird, I feel like that makes the second fight kind of that much more interesting. If he rushes in like that, John's literally going to double leg him. Absolutely. Francis cannot leap in at a John Jones at all. Like, John Jones is a super high-level guy. Donato says, and he knows firsthand, back issues will change your life. Absolutely, man. You have back issues, you're not the same person. That'll change your physical ability, it'll change your mental outlook, and make you, make you grouchy. Man, I don't understand. I was waiting for that. I'm like, I cannot touch this guy for the life of me. So, trying to stay calm in here. I can't, trying to stay calm. This guy is trying to figure me out too, it looks like. Donato says, once I got sciatica, it made me protect my back going forward. It's the most pain I've ever experienced. Yeah, nerve pain is awful. I've never experienced it myself, but it sounds awful. Most pain I've ever experienced. I have a friend that has sciatica, and I think he's had surgeries to try to address it, but there's really no... In his situation, I guess there's no really permanent fix. He always is in pain, and he said the same thing. He said it's just the worst pain you just have to live with, All right, I don't know who's... I think I won the first round. I think I won the second round. It's a tough fight. Let's get back to the comments. So, if you rush it in like John's literally going to double leg him, yeah, back issues change your life. Ed says, I love Derek Lewis, but if he pulls off the upset, that ruins the Francis JBJ fight. Don't see Lewis being a big enough name to make JBJ want to fight him at heavyweight. Well, Derek Lewis either way becomes a legacy builder type of guy. I agree with you. He's a spoiler for what we all want, which is that Ngannou versus John Bones Jones fight. We all want it. But he's also plays a very important role in the legacy of both of those fighters' careers. Either way, whatever happens between JBJ or Ngannou, whether they fight or not, one of them has to fight Derek Lewis, no matter what. So, I don't see that he's a spoiler more than he's a legacy builder. Because a win over Derek Lewis, that's a big deal, man. That guy... Derek Lewis is on a serious streak, whether you like him or not, whether I've heard complaints about his tactics of pretending that he's hurt or whatever it is. He's winning. Oh, no. He's winning fights. So, you can't take that away from him. And he belongs in that title picture. Another guy that I think we're not really counting on is Volkov. Tom Kirky says Derek Lewis KOs every MFer out here. I don't think that's the case. I think Derek's lack of technical striking will catch up to him. I don't know if Francis is the guy to do it, but I think if Derek Lewis fought Stipe, we would see him get really outclassed. Like, I don't like that fight. Curtis Blade talked trash and got smacked. Yeah, I can see, I understand. It's not that shocking that Derek Lewis would beat such a one-dimensional guy like Curtis Blades. But once again, if Stipe chooses the fight, and for whatever reason, like we see Stipe versus Derek Lewis, that's a possibility, guys. That could be Derek Lewis's next fight. He said Gon's movement will give Derek Lewis problems. That's another guy I don't consider a lot, is Surreal Gon. And I really I know everybody's on the hype train. I know UFC wants him. Drew, what's up? Welcome back. You're becoming a stream regular. Drew showing up. Welcome, my man. I was really questioning if a Sunday midday stream would get as many people in here. We are popping right now, guys. Thank you. Honored that you're here joining us, having fun, just talking about the possibilities at heavyweight. And like I said, oh man, 13 views, let's go. 14 views, let's go. Thank you, my friends. If you hadn't had a chance to subscribe, please subscribe. If you had a chance to hit that like button. If you hadn't had a chance to hit that notification, that is the most important to me because I want you here for our chat. Proto says 14. Wow, yeah, I see 14. I see 15 now. That is awesome. This is a record. 15. Shout out to everybody. Appreciate you being here. Please give that like. Please get that subscribe. I want more people to join us. So let's get back to the most important part, the chat. Ed says, Lewis DC. The Lewis DC fight makes me think Stipe's got it in the bag if he fights Lewis. Yeah, Derek Lewis will be destroyed. I never say this. He will dismantle Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis is the guy. Derek Lewis is the guy that is. He says day streams are the way, Coach. Kirky, midday streams are the one. This is, once again, Proto's turning out to be the strongest fighter out of all of us. His suggestion ended up being pretty strong as well. Shout out to Proto for the midday stream suggestion and everybody that supported. I think Tom Kirky and Ethan was definitely out there saying, hey, stream midday, guy. And I will definitely try to do this as best I can. Tom Kirky said, you said Blades would destroy Derek, but what happened? You're right. You are right. You're right. I don't know if I said destroyed, but I didn't like Derek Lewis's chance against. You're right. You know, that's an inconsistency in my argument. I didn't think. I didn't think he had what it took. Wow, this guy's really good. Proto says, Coach, you are top for most UFC 4 streams on YouTube right now. Shout out to the world. Coach is massive. Brian Redband, welcome. My takes have been Chael Sonnen-esque recently, Ethan. I'll tell you the truth. Brian Redband, thank you for showing up, my man. Stream regular Brian Redband in the building. Sorry, but Stipe isn't Blades. No, Stipe is not Blades. Stipe is not Curtis Blades by any stretch of the imagination. Coach looks like Wanderlei Silva in a dress. No, I do not look like any of your favorite WMMA fighters, Ethan. Such a cruel reference. Oh. Man. So here we go. Trying to survive, trying to... Oh. Oh! Oh my God, no! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my goodness, this is so frustrating. Respect, this is hard to respect to give. Oh my God. Oh, that's so frustrating. That is super frustrating right there. And I felt like I was walking in mud. I felt like I could not hit this guy. I'm not impressed with your performance. I'm not impressed with my performance too. He said this guy would not stop moving forward with 1 minute left. Yeah, this Coach wins 3 fights in a tie row now. His body was open the whole fight, my man. Yeah, I don't feel confident doing that, Proto. I need to go to the body more. I felt like I was winning. I was winning this fight. Oh, my God. Dude, that is so frustrating. I just felt like I was... I feel like my defense isn't it. Oh, that's right. Ed, we need to run one. That's for sure. Look at the damage that did. Here we go. Let's run it. Ed 20 in the building. Yeah, no, I don't feel like that was unlucky. That guy did what he needed to do. He wasn't cheap. It wasn't corny. It's just, I feel like, when it comes down. Proto says, I need to teach you the body snatcher techniques I've picked up. Yeah, I need that. I need those body snatcher techniques in my life, for sure. I need to get more confident getting to the body. Because that guy was just, no matter what, running at me forward, he didn't care. He just saw no respect. He had no respect for me. Add 20. Yeah, he walked me down like a zombie. That's exactly it. It didn't matter he was getting hit. He felt no fear. He was just because he knew marching forward in this game, all I have to do is press forward and throw my combos because that's my best shot. And it's, when you're hurt like that, Ed 20, what's your gamer tag? What's your PSN? Ed 20 says, I hope the pink Ed plays 35. Thank you. Be ready for war. I'm ready for war, Ed 20. I am ready for war. Ed plays 35. Here we go. Ed said he's going to bring the hot sauce. Should have swept the leg. That was Donato. Drew says you can easily do that with people like Whitaker. Yeah, I mean, maybe I don't do that enough. Like I said, I just... Coach, hey, Kyle, welcome back to the Sunday stream. Sunday midday stream, yikes. Ed, this is a similar type of ping that I have with Proto. So, I mean, it's the same thing. So we'll just run it. Let's just run it. Shout out to Kyle, who made it, Drew Hunley. So you can do that easily with people like Robert Whitaker. I need to push forward more then. I mean, I guess it feels just more confident with that. And then, so, be ready for war. Ed says, Coach, I need you to pick up the body snatcher techniques. Coach wins 3 fights in a tie now, in a row. Yes, I'm going to. Tom Kirky, I'm going on a streak after this. I've seen people play random and get... Drew says, I've seen people play random and get wins with people like 3.5 stars, not even strikers. Yeah, I mean, it's possible to do that. With 3.5... Some 3.5 star fighters can actually bang. It's just... There's just something about that forward pressure, and it's like you can time strikes if you want. But there's no, it just doesn't feel like there's a penalty. There's like right here, I can just walk right at you, throw, and there's no real penalty. That Proto says, what's your actual name? My actual name is... I've become the name. Your actual name is Coach now. That is my first name. Is on my birth certificate. Is Coach. Drew Hundley says Nick though. On my birth certificate, it says Coach H. Hands is the last name. My man Proto. Coach's real name is Tyrone. Tyron. Joe Mama just wanted to watch back the fight fast. That dude seemed legit, but he got lucky. I don't like chatting. Chiss was watching. Love the stream. Wow. Dude, Joe Mama, thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here and for being a silent guy. That's cool to know that you're still here, that there's some people that watch and don't chat. Thank you, my man. I'm glad that you love the stream. Any suggestions you have for me, let me know. I've got some tweaks that I'm thinking about making coming up to some streams soon. Just want to make it a better experience for everybody. So here we go. Going up against Ed Play. Ethan says the silent lambs of the chat. I won't characterize you as a silent lamb, but I've ran into another person. I forget his username is escaping me right now, but there's another person that said the same thing. They'd be like, "Yeah, man, I don't talk, but I'm in here regularly," and I really like that. Ethan says it'd be cool to have an overlay to see clips. Oh, I want to read that idea. I want to read that. Joe Mama said the last player you fought left his body open a lot, but takedown defense was really good. Thank you, man. That's what Callum pointed out. Callum said that I left his body open. He was there all day for that, so that's what I was missing out on. Thank you for that feedback, dude. I don't know why my habits are hard to break. I headhunt sometimes, especially when I get comfortable. Tom Kirky says you should do a top 10 KO of the month. You know, all of these things, I have to do something. I know I need to offer, this is my struggle. And I'm just going to be transparent with you guys. Like, I need to offer something that isn't long form, only streaming content, or only, you know, AI versus AI. I like those ideas. Like, GHX Kenny, welcome! GHX Kenny. GHX. That's how I want to say that first name. Welcome to the stream, my man. Thank you for showing up. Coach, you want to throw a body kick to the side of the body that's more open. It does more damage. And that makes sense. So I want to make sure I'm kicking the liver. And that's like it is in real life. Like right there. And I also want to be further away. Donato says, all while balancing actual life. Yeah, that's my problem, Donato. Tom Kirky says, I don't care if it's a live stream or not. I just like watching you play. Man, that's nice. I hope you don't think I'm BSing you when I say that. Honestly makes me feel good. As a human being, man, I appreciate you saying that, dude. I never would have expected to read anybody saying these types of things, ever. But that's a cool thing. Because I like the fact that I'm just documenting. Like Callum pointed out, if you guys watch that Legacy Career Mode, I never even made it into the UFC. I forgot. Like, that was just terrible. But I just want to document the journey. That's how I just started off with this. But now, yeah, I want to get some cool stuff out there. Donald says streams don't pay the bills yet. Yeah, no, they don't. And that's what your cheer pointed out. I want to figure out something that's not too time-consuming. GHX says, Joe Mama says I should do more fights of the stream. Yeah, okay, I should. Coach says I gotta head off and need more sleep. I hope you have a good rest of the stream, and I'll DM you on Twitter about the camp. Thank you. Shout out to Proto. Find Proto. That's at UTD_Callum on Twitter. Give him a follow if you haven't. Shout out to Proto in the building. And have a good sleep, Proto. Get that rest that you need, my man. We all want you to be healthy and fresh brain for these beatdowns that you've been delivering recently to the team. Proto's turned out to be the shining star of our team here, beating me, everybody, like we owed him euros. Actually, he's in the UK, pounds. Want to respect the Brexit. Tom Kirky says, Ed is very good, to be fair. Yeah, Ed is excellent. Ed, I don't know what you're talking about, that you get beat by people. You are not just rushing. You are, you're not just aggressive. You're a great fighter, man. You're good. You understand the mechanics of the game. Intelligent defense. Coach, you should upload fighter experiences, like using certain fighters online and making a vid of it. Yeah, so Ethan, that's what Proto says. Proto said the same thing, and that's a good idea, and that seems to be the most tenable. Oh, GHS, you asked why I said your name like that. It's because that's just how I see your name, GHX. It sounds like, I think it might be because of THX sound or something like that. It just looks like it needs to be pronounced with authority and strength. Is my favorite fighter of all time, GHX, is I have to always go back to Anderson Silva. It's probably going to be and that will change. I feel like I'm also holding on to an era that's past. Like, I'm open to a different fighter being my favorite, but nobody has captured my imagination like Anderson Silva. Nobody's done that for me. Not GSP, not Nick Diaz. Nobody's done that. Drew Hundley said, it's the game that beat you at time versus the player because they are exploiting the game. You know, I definitely agree. Tom Kirky says, Anderson's an STD, or a performance enhancement user. Yeah, he is, but you know, so are many of our favorite fighters. Anderson comes from that era, man. He's a Pride era fighter. He came from Pride. You know, Dan, if you don't think Dan Henderson was on, you forget. Dan Henderson had an illegal, there used to be an exemption that allowed you to use testosterone replacement therapy. To Drew Hundley's point, who wasn't on steroids at that time? I mean, it was a part of fighting. In Pride, it was in their contract, I think. GHX says he likes GSP because he's from Canada. I love Canada. I love Toronto specifically, and I love GSP. It's just that I felt like Anderson's fights were more engaging. Tom Kirky says Michael Bisping wasn't. You know, we don't even know that because Michael Bisping could have been using things that by today's standards would be considered performance enhancers, but back then they weren't. You know, it's such a weird measurement. It's a weird thing to hold these guys accountable for because it was the standard. It was the expectation back then. Not only Dan Henderson, Vitor Belfort, good fight, my man. He had to bring back Johnny Hendricks, give him some time in the sunlight. Shout out to Ed 20, good warm up. But we look at Vitor Belfort, and he was on there, man. He was using steroids. He had a legal exemption for a testosterone replacement. Ed, you didn't get dominated. You put up a fight, man. Don't look at the fight that way. You put up a good fight. We will spar more. We haven't sparred. Once you get used to my style, you could end up like Proto. Look what Proto and I, Proto, I was never that much better than Proto ever, but he's gotten so much better. You'll pick it up too, man. So let's go. Let's get it back into some ranked fights. Tom Kirky says, I love any British fighter in Derek Lewis and John Jones. There is a fighter from the UK last night, and his name is slipping my mind. I think it was Allen. I was really impressed with his durability. Coach Donato says the advantage Coach's stream has over other streams is that his encyclopedic knowledge allows him to speak intelligently. Wow, man, thank you for saying that. I do not have an encyclopedic knowledge of UFC stuff, but I do appreciate you saying that. Plus, he actually reads the chat comments. Thank you for saying that, my man. Drew Hundley says, Allen. Yeah, it was Arnold Allen. That was who it was. His clinch game's on point. Man, Arnold Allen, it wasn't just his clinch game. I was really impressed with his shot selection. His shot selection had me thinking, I'm like, dude, this is very interesting. Like, GSP, let's see. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with GSP. His jaw's like a rock, and when he landed those shots, I was just like, wow, dude, he's accurate. It's like technically perfect striking, and it just leveled. And he's fighting a super fit, super in shape. That's top of the line competition he's fighting right there. That man is a future star. The most fights. He's on the longest win streak in featherweight history, or in the featherweight division right now.
Ready?
Tom Kirky says he dropped my guy in the first round. Yeah, he dropped him in the first and the second round. I mean, he had him on a different planet. Going up against Shadowfire. Oh. Shadowfire bringing that heat. This guy's trying to focus more on that body. He should get Shane Burgos next. Versus Arnold Allen. Yeah, I want to see anybody versus Arnold Allen. I did see that he was nursing his hand pretty heavily after that fight. So I'm keeping an eye out for the medical suspensions. We should see those on Tuesday or Monday. Calvin Kattar. Wow, yes. But strangely, Ed, Calvin Kattar has been quiet. I haven't heard much from him. I think his coach had an interview, but I haven't heard much from him. Drew Hunley says Rodriguez, Yair is still out here, but where is Yair? What happened to Yair? Why are we not seeing Yair fight? That's my question. Tom Kirky says Kattar would be out wrestled. He might be, but I don't know. I still want to see that fight. A part of me wants to see this. Wow. Oh my goodness. Rodriguez Jazz is questionable. He's taking time to recover. Okay, I did not know that. Yeah, he said he's taking a little break, Kattar is. He took a lot of damage in the Max fight, similar to Ortega's circumstances. Yeah, Allen is a striker, though. Yeah, Allen is a striker, but Kattar doesn't seem... I understand why somebody said his grappling would be a problem because of what we saw last night. I don't think Kattar has that skill set developed that Allen has. Even Allen as a striker has demonstrated competencies all over that octagon. I'm excited for this Allen guy. I'll be honest with you, I'm saying this Allen guy because he wasn't on my radar. Not a guy that I was completely aware of before. I'd heard the name. I think I'd seen him fight before, but now I watch him fight every time. Drew says he thinks Calvin will get Emmett next. That's an interesting fight. Tom Kirky says Allen likes the clinch shots. Yes, he does. He hits like bombs, man. He just throws bombs. There's a fighter he reminds me of. His body type and everything. And I was trying to think of who he was. It's not John Fitch. He has a body type like somebody else that was popular, but it doesn't even really matter. But I really liked what we saw last night. Let me get back to the rest of the card. Emmett would be wrecked. Yeah, I don't think that's a good fight for Emmett, but that would be a possible fight to come up. Sam Alvey versus Julian Marquez. Julian Marquez really messed up his shot with the female singer. What's her name? I can never remember her name. But boy, he's a good salesperson. He is an excellent salesperson. This guy seems like he should be on TV. Like, I predict if Julian Marquez can keep stringing them together, they're going to put that guy behind the analyst desk. He seems like he belongs. He's got that personality. kind of hokey, kind of cheesy, but he should be at Miley Cyrus. Thank you, Tom Kirky. I'm not. I didn't even know who Miley Cyrus was when she was on Disney or whatever the heck she was doing. But yeah, he messed that up, but he definitely plays his cards right. I look forward to his post-fight interviews. I'm interested to see what he's got next, what he's got coming up, man. I'm interested in him. But yeah, I was talking about Mike Perry earlier on, man. The Mike Perry loss is interesting. Go look what he said on Instagram afterwards. He said, and these words are haunting. He said, "I used to be great." And he still says he's going to fight his last fight on the contract, but Mike Perry said, "I used to be great." Yikes. That's a scary place to be, man. Tom Kirky says Perry should say goodbye. Yeah, I'm not going to tell another man how he should earn his pay, how he should bring his coin home to his home. But man, if you're in this fight game and you're talking on things like that, like "I used to be great." Will So Serious, what up, my man? I appreciate you showing up. I'm trying to go against this guy. This is Shadowfire. I've only beaten him one time. He's beaten me twice. He and I are going at it at welterweight here. I'm trying to... Mike Perry's chin went down hard. Yeah, man, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if it's the drinking, if it's just time being in the game with his fighting style, which is... He's eating a lot of shots, man. Will So Serious says, "I believe in you, boss. Thank you for being here, my guy." So here we go. Landing some shots. Got the game back to the ground. Tom Kirk says he feels bad for Mike Perry. I do to a certain extent. I do too. But part of me, I don't feel like it's over for Mike Perry. I don't necessarily feel bad for him because I don't think it's over. I feel like he did show cardio improvement. He was there in the third round, still going. Luat, what's up, my man? Shout out, Luat. Welcome back to the stream, my guy. Long time no see. Drew Huntley says, "Where's the takedown? Maul this dude, coach." All right, I'm going to take your advice, dude. I'm coming out, going for the takedown. Thank you for the help. Will So Serious, I also agree on Perry. Fantastic fighter to watch, excitement-wise, but his style and lifestyle doesn't equal long-time success. Yeah, dude. It really doesn't. Tom Kirky says, go to bare knuckle fighting. I think that's perfect. Mike Perry, finish this fight out with UFC. If Mike Perry has an unsuccessful fight in his next fight, like he comes out and he struggles, he might want to consider that, dude. Tom Kirky said he went from American to Nigerian real quick. Yeah, he did. It's interesting. I think bare knuckle fighting would be a perfect place for Mike Perry. He could be a star in that type of that division. Like, I can see him really being successful, dude. Will So Serious says Perry in bare knuckle FC is a scary thought. Yeah, man. Think about that. Like, he's still kind of, it seems like, young enough to do something with himself. Tom Curry says, my guy trying to get in with Kamaru Usman. Yeah, no, I don't want to see Mike Perry versus Kamaru Usman. No. Woo! It's a wrap! Had to put it down. Felt like it's been a long time since I've got to say that in a ranked fight, my friends. Finish that one up. Shout out to everybody in the stream. Thank you for being here. It's a wrap. Tighten them up. Wrap them up. Wrap them up, Craig. We wrap them up. We wrap them up. We're going to celebrate a little bit. We're going to celebrate just a little bit. Do a little cha-cha. I'm hitting that cha-cha. Hit. Yeah, my friends. We did it. We got that nice little knockout at a blitz battle with Connor. So much fun, Ed 20 says. I've never done blitz battles before, Ed. I've never even seen that mode. Donato says, as a coach, you never want to bring toxic energy like that into a team setting? Yeah, no, but okay, so let me ask you this, Coach Donato. Coach, who's your favorite fighter to use on UFC 4? It's probably Michael Chandler right now. Will So Serious. It's probably Michael Chandler. Who's your favorite guy? Who is everybody else using in here? By the way, it's changed from Volk because I feel part of it is me getting beaten. I've lost some key fights with Volk, and I've learned that there's some skills that I need to develop that I was really relying on Volk to do, like his movement. There are things I don't necessarily need to do, like moving around a whole heck of a lot. I want to kind of change my style, and Volk is great for movement. Volk is great for kind of some other things. And I've learned Michael Chandler's better for kind of staying in the pocket, banging out, kind of using your head movement a little bit more. He doesn't have great head movement, but he has the power to make people pay when you do effectively use head movement. And so I'd probably say Mike Perry. Coach, you never want to bring time, but this is a question I have for you, Coach Donato. As a coach, I've never been an actual team coach, obviously, as if anybody that knows us, that spent time with us on this stream. If you have a guy that is super talented, like let's say you have LeBron James, right? Or Will So Serious says, good choice. I'd say Jan or Leon Edwards. Those are excellent choices too, Will So Serious. I would definitely say Leon is climbing up my favorites for sure. I like Leon's personality, and I didn't. I never even looked at Leon Edwards. I really didn't consider it. But let me get back to my question for Coach Donato. If you've got a guy that is super talented, like let's say back in the day, this is a terrible reference for some people. Maybe Odell Beckham is better. Like you have a guy that's super talented, but he has a terrible, like he's just eccentric or he's like got a weird personality. Wouldn't you try to coach him and try to harness that energy instead of letting him go and be like, no, you're toxic. I got to let you go. Like I would want to give somebody a chance. I don't need anybody to agree with me or be like me to get along with them. If you are different, if you have a different sense of humor or you think, you see things differently than me, I'd like to, try to understand you and not, try to just push you out right away. That's a long question, but I'm wondering, wouldn't you try to harness that different person? Coach Donato. That's a lot of talking. I'm sorry if you even understood what I was talking about. A lot of words for a question. Going at it with Alvey. Will So Serious says, apology for the ignorance. I'm from England, but I thought Odell was supposed to be really good. Yeah, so I'm ignorant. You're not ignorant. I'm ignorant. I just thought he has an attitude issue, and he's difficult to manage. He's a difficult teammate to have. So a guy I'm just trying to give an example of a guy that is supremely talented, but is otherwise difficult to work with. Like, as a coach, you'd want to take on that risk. Wouldn't you? Like, hey, let me see if I can coach this guy. Let me test my ability to coach and manage people and deal with different talents, kind of like what Mike Tyson did. Kind of what Mike Tyson coach did. Exactly, Luat. Customado. A lot of guys would have seen a young Mike Tyson and been like, yeah, I can't deal with this man-child. He's crazy. I can't do anything with this. I can't train this guy. But Cuss saw that he was trainable, saw how to take advantage of Michael's psychology, Mike Tyson's psychology, and turn him into a monster. Exactly. It's a perfect, Luat, perfect example. Way better than the ones I was trying to give. Ah! That was not a scream. That was not a scream. My cat ran past. That was my cat made a noise. Donato says, you can try and trust me. Whoa. Ugh. Okay, here we go. I'll get to your comments in just a second. want to make sure I focus on Marvin Vettori here. Man, I'm off right now. I can tell. I have to do something different. Stay in my pocket. Stay in my mode. Stay here and try to interrupt his momentum. Okay, there we go. I need to just try to be patient. I need to be patient. Let this... He got this first round. He had to get it. But he's not kicking me in the body as much. He didn't kick me in the body. The second half of that round, he wasn't kicking me in the body nearly as much. And that's a weakness there. Now it says you can try to take advantage of these really talented, eccentric types, but trust me, I've coached some extremely talented headaches that turned out to be stallions, but they have to be willing to be coached. So Will So Serious says, I get you. If I was the coach, I think I'd leave it. Obviously, a lot of big rewards should the coaching pay off, but sometimes the effort isn't worth the risk. Yeah, because you do risk infecting your whole team. Coach Donato says, if you can't take the coaching, then I can't use you. Yeah, definitely. That's the hardest part. It's almost like a gift and a curse with super talented people. It's like you think, oh, I wish I were that talented. I wish I were just that gifted. But the problem is, when you're that gifted, you're not prepared to, like, get better. Because you think you're the best already. It makes it hard to teach you. Sounds like a small problem to have, but it's real. I don't mind crazy people if they stay in check with me. Yeah, I'm with you, Tom Kirky. I'm fine with different thinking people. I'm fine with it. I'm open to you. If you have some different ideas or you come from a totally different place, I am fine with it. As long as it's not... And Coach says, and the team sees it too. If you aren't consistent, then they all have zero respect. Yeah. Definitely. That goes for, like, management at work. If you're managing people at work and you have somebody that's getting away with stuff because they're really talented at their job but otherwise don't follow the rules or their behavior doesn't align with, like, workplace culture, you're over as a manager. You've lost respect in the worst place. Like, you have none. If you're a guy that watches football, then Mario Balotelli is an example of this. Fantastic talent, but unfortunately, his personality and other factors let him down. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, that's like winning the lottery. When you have that type of talent, it's like winning the lottery, but not picking up your ticket. Or I don't know what a better analogy. It's like being so close to having it all, but you just can't have it. You just mentally, you just can't do it. I mean, imagine having superpowers, but you just can't utilize them in a way that... Chad Johnson's another example. Yes, great example there, Coach Donato. Oh, yeah, T.O., Randall Moss. Yeah, those are all great examples. Dennis Rodman might not be known by some of the younger people in here, but he might be, like, the prime example of a sports guy that was just crazy outside of the ring and inside. Golly. Those body kicks are just vicious. Ah. Man, he's coming down on me hard there. Chad Mendez, that's a man I feel sorry for. Why do you feel bad for Chad Mendez? What did Chad Mendez do for you to feel bad for him? When the circus surrounding a player, who do you think is the biggest waste of talent MMA has seen? That's a harsh term, but if I were, I know what you mean, but if I were to say, I would say it's probably Charles Crazy Horse Bennett, or Felony Bennett, excuse me. I think he goes by Felony now. Maybe Bennett. That might be a guy that I thought was super talented at one point in his career, but literally just couldn't put it together. I mean, this guy was in his prime really good, but he just wasn't disciplined. And I think Charles Crazy Horse Bennett might be it. I can't stop that. What about you? Who do you think is the biggest waste of talent? Why so serious? You asked some good questions. I would need you to pop in here a little bit more frequently to, because that's a really good thought. Because I feel like even with Charles Crazy Horse Bennett, there's somebody there's somebody I'm not considering. There's somebody I'm missing or not thinking about. I almost feel like there's somebody from the Ultimate Fighter. Maybe Chris Lieben was one of those guys, but that's not as... Because Chris Lieben was, like, so much closer to a belt. He seemed like he had, you know, some pretty significant skills that could have gotten him that middleweight belt at one point. Maybe it is Chris Lieben. It could have been, but Chris Lieben kind of recovered, and, you know, he ended his career on somewhat of a high note with Bare Knuckle FC. Oh, come on. I thought that was going to be a rock. Oh, finally. Will So Serious says, for me, it would be Luke Rockhold. Lou Watt said, would I put Connor on my list? Artem Lobov. Artem Lobov wasn't on my highly talented list in the first place, but so I don't feel that way, Tom Kirky. But I understand where you're coming from. Luat, no, I don't feel like Connor's on that list. In fact, I feel like Connor's losses has watered down the fact that he's beaten some legit talent, and he has a lot of highlight reel knockouts against some real high-level fighters. Like, let's not take it away from Connor. No, he's not a waste of talent. He's not one of the greatest of all time, but he's definitely a mediocre, above-average fighter with extraordinary marketing capabilities. That's what Connor is. So he's, I just don't think it's a wasted talent there. Luke Rockhold pick is interesting. He reached a pinnacle, but then to me, it seemed like his skills let him down. It was his arrogance. Another choice would be Uriah Hall. See, I agree with Uriah Hall. Uriah Hall is an excellent one. I feel like Luke Rockhold kind of had a lot of success, like in Strikeforce, and then he became champion in the UFC. I feel like he had a career of success. I feel like his talents were utilized. Yeah. Oh my goodness, this guy was with the straight body kick combo. He just saw that as an issue for me right away and took advantage of it. Oh, come on. Oh, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy. We had to put him down. We had to do it to him. You know what I'm saying? Had to give him that heat. Had to give them what they want. That was a tough fight. That guy put up a struggle. Wilson Sierra says, it's interesting how we all view waste of talent. Yeah, that's a good point. How do we define waste of talent? I'm going with the view of who didn't achieve their full potential, whereas others who go with who didn't achieve as much. It's a great debate. It is a great debate. Early bird special wrap coming right up. That's right, Donato. Easy win, coach. I told you 3 in a row. You were right. You predicted this, Tom Kirky. Thank you, my friend. We're on our way back from the depths of despair. Taking these losses, not taking anything for granted. I want to thank you for being here with me on this beautiful Sunday morning. Donato says, it's my job as a coach. Coach Donato says, it's my job as a coach to recognize that talent exists and being and to calling that out, I think is what you meant. Yeah, that is your job. It's developing talent, seeing talent where it's not seen by others. And that's hard. That's a difficult skill set. And that's a skill set that applies into like the working world. You'd probably do well as a manager in a corporate environment. Donato said, I've seen 12, 13-year-olds I knew who would grow into D1 football players. Donato, you were probably one of those children yourself. I mean, if for anybody that doesn't know, Coach Donato at one point was nearly 400 pounds and could run the 40 in 5 seconds. He is a Brock Lesnar. I call him a Brock Lesnar because that's not a human being that we're talking about. That is a, I don't know what. If you're 400 pounds and you're a human being, you can run on 2 feet, run a 40 in 5 seconds. I don't know what to call you, but we can call you superhuman, but we're not going to go ahead and call you Homo sapien. People had to see that in you. Tom Kirky says, my job is to sit at home and watch MMA. What? Tom Kirky? What do you do for a living? I thought you weren't working age, my friend. Donato says, I was, but didn't grow up in an area that had a lot of youth sports. Okay, so people weren't seeing that. They were just asking you to pick up refrigerators and uproot trees for them. Root dead trees from their yard, or manually move vehicles out of illegal parking spots. I'm just joking with you. I'm not. Zayaf, we're fighting Zayaf, one of the best in the world. As we've seen, Zayaf has popped in here. Joe Mama says that it's Zayaf. It is Zayaf, my friend. Joe Mama said good game. Thank you for the print of good game, my friend. And be a catcher for baseball. You're a catcher. Yeah, there you go. You are perfect. You are the best catcher around. I don't know why. I played baseball for several years, and every catcher I've ever been on a team with, I absolutely loved. I don't know why catchers seem cool as heck. The kids and their parents were always the most prepared. They always had the most gear, the best snacks. I don't know what it was, but the catcher's parents and the catcher himself on every baseball team I was on, it's like the coolest kid. That was like the stocky. I don't know. I always got along with the catcher. Tom Kirky says, I'm a very good cricket player, which is the equivalent of baseball, just more strategical. My team was once in the papers for the best sports. I got an offer for junior pro team, played there for 2 years. Wow. Holy cow, Tom. And it was nothing but a hassle with them, so I stopped playing. What? So why was it a hassle? What? I don't want you to talk about anything that's difficult to speak about, but why was it a hassle? What happened? Like, why would you leave such an important opportunity? You know, you're so close to the pros. You've been doing this your whole life, I assume, to get that good. Why? What were they doing that was... So we're fighting Zayaf, guys. Zayaf is one of the world's best fighters. Zayaf is out here trying to take my head off. Wilson Sears says, great chatting with you guys for a bit. Good luck with the rest of the stream. Have to head off. Work early. See you later, Will. Thanks for popping by, my man. Really appreciate you stopping in. Hope to see you again soon. Tom Kirky says, I got paid for it. Luat, I want to talk about Tom Kirky's cricket history, and Luat is talking about how he lost interest. I want to get to those comments here in just a second. Lost interest in UFC. 4. A sentiment we're hearing a lot from a lot of UFC loyal players. Okay, so Tom Kirky says, I got paid for playing cricket, and they was telling me you need to do this and that, and I was spending more money, and then they were giving me these diets, and I said I'd have to wait to test 7 years. Yeah, so it's a lot. I guess when you get to the pros, the expectations increase and things get real high pressure. I can understand. It can be a lot, and you have to make a decision. Do I want to live this life or not? And you did what was right for you and what made you happy, and that's the right way to go. Shout out to Tom Kirky for making that decision. Luat says, I don't know why, but I lost my enjoyment from playing UFC. I want to bring back my enjoyment to the game like I had for other UFC games, but I can't find it. Yeah, there are a lot of... You're not the only person that's saying that. A lot of people are not having fun playing UFC 4. It sucks because it's like our only sports combat game we have. We can't even like go to, a boxing game that all of us have, at least on PlayStation. I can't go to Fight Night Champion, or I would. Boy, I would love to post some Fight Night Champion fights. Oh no, Zayaf. Zayaf going for the full guard, went for the takedown. He's got me. Joe Mama said this dude is at 15th in the world. Oh, he heard he's 15 years old. Joe Mama, he is 15. Joe Mama, I can confirm. I've heard it from his own. I've read it from his own chat, from our own chat. He popped in here one time randomly, popped in just to say what's up. He seemed like a really nice guy. Shout out to Zayaf, by the way. He popped in and he said, yeah, he said he's 15. I was like, really? You're 15? I was getting violated by a 15-year-old. Does not help me and my self-esteem, but that's all right. Zayaf getting that takedown again. Super frustrating fighting this guy. Oh my God. So he's going for these takedowns now. He doesn't want the feet, which I don't understand. He's really pushing me. He wants me up against that fence. I'm trying, Tom. She says, Coach, I can win this. I'm trying. I'm doing everything I can. We both have knocked each other down now once. Tom Kirky says Gone is terrible on the feet. I did not know that. I've used him one time, and I think I actually won on the feet. But, yeah, Zayaf doesn't seem to be doing that domination like he did before. Joe Mama says, if you beat him, you can make a separate video. Yeah, I definitely need to. In fact, I've gotten videos of, we've beaten, like, Crooks, and there's some other top guys that we've beaten, and I've thought about making a video of those, but I don't want to be a jerk and like be like, hey, here's a video of me beating this guy. But then that question would be like, well, why don't I post videos of me losing to these people? And maybe I should do that too. If I just like, if there's a top 100 fighter, post the fight, win or lose. So that way it's fair to them. We're not just like showing off them at their weakest, or, you know, everybody has bad days. Tom Kirky says, smash this man. I'm trying. Oh my God. Oh my God. I swayed right into it. Oh, I felt like I had it. Jeez Louise. Donato says, once you get above high school level, Joe Mama says, wow. Yes, it was brutal. Yes, you guys are seeing me at my lowest right now. Yes, look at it. Look at it. It's me, damn it. Somebody left. Oh, gosh. That was a vicious knockout, dude. I swayed right into Zayaf's stuff. So he can throw so much and so accurate. How can he throw so much and so accurate? I don't know, Joe Mama. That is an excellent question, my man. I don't get it. I don't know how we get to that point. How he's so accurate. Tell him I said good game to him, man. Good game to him. This is a good game to him. I can't say anything. Good game to my man, Zayaf. I can't. Joe Mama says hacks. I don't think so. I don't think Zayaf plays. That was not cheese. Dude is he's joking. Yeah, good. I'm glad you're joking, Joe Mama. But I feel like it's just he has a high level of skill. You know, you got to overcome skill gaps sometimes, and it's hard to do. So we're gonna run one more fight for the stream. Really just kind of staying in the same place. God, it's like I win one and lose some. Fight history, we've lost 4 fights in our last 10. You can see we lost to Deagle, Goat, Data, and Zayaf. So the Data loss is hard. I should have won that fight, but, you know, Goat, 2 of them at least, are to very high-level guys. And Deagle MMA, I think, is top 100 as well. How hard of a hit did we take? Not that bad on the leaderboards. We can see Zayaf. Zayaf is 21st. Goat is 20th. Let's see if our other loss is on the top 100 too, because that will make me feel a little bit better. Okay. Cavell, that's a regular guy. Man, we fight a lot of these guys regularly. A lot of those top 100 guys are the guys that we bump into and have these wars with. So here we go. One more fight for the stream. By the way, I cannot wait for next week's fights. Absolutely cannot wait for our UFC card next weekend. We're going to get Robert Whittaker versus Kelvin Gastelum, which is an excellent fight. But we get to see the return of Jeremy Stephens, who I do think Jeremy Stephens versus Dakar is going to be an excellent fight. Tom Kirky's asking who's fighting. It's going to be Robert Whittaker versus Kelvin Gastelum in the main event. Jeremy Stephens versus Dakar Close in the co-main event. And we have Andrei Arlovsky fighting Chase Sherman, Abdul Razak Al Hassan, who I've seen fight before, but I'm not as familiar with, versus Jacob Malkoun. Lightweight Luis Pena versus Alex Munoz. That's going to be an awesome fight. Ricardo Ramos is fighting Bill Algeo. I'm not familiar with Bill Algeo. Of course, I know Ricardo Ramos. Luat says, I feel like this game is built for volume pressure striking with a mix of grappling. It's rare that a player will rely on counter striking like UFC 3, for example. Yeah, man, I agree, Luat, and that's why I'm at a huge disadvantage. I am a counter striker to my core. Every one of these games that I've played, ever since I was a kid, I've always been a counter striker. It's never been anything different. I've talked about this before where I've thought playing this game like, man, I'm getting beat up, I'm getting volume, just crushed by volume. And I used to love in UFC 3, someone came at me crazy. I used to really like it because it was like, okay, you're open. You know, the fights where you had to be real methodical and careful were the harder ones in UFC 3. But this one, the volume striking just works. And counter striking, it just takes so much more effort and timing, and, you know, it's hard. Okay, stuff that takedown. Whoa! How did that happen? Never seen that before. I was about to say, I'm like, I know he's going up. I'm not able to stop the transition. Oh my god. All right. Just trying to Just trying to plant. Golly, that head kick gets up there fast. Look at that. Here we go. All right, here we go. Of course, knee elbow. Man. Yeah, I mean, the vibe, the feel of this game, to Luat, to your point, it feels like to get good at this game, it's almost like you get good at breaking animations, or like it's a reliance on the fact that the controls in this game are not responsive. Oh, wow. Okay. Here we go. Trying. Oh! Donato says, I've met a bunch of NFL players over the years, and they say the biggest shock to them is realizing this is their job now. This isn't collecting. This isn't college anymore. Yeah, that would be a huge reality. Like, people are paying them to do this. This isn't, hey, buddy, you're playing, for fun here. There's, adult consequences. You're doing this for a living. Big, money on the line here. And that is interesting, the reality, the seriousness of where they're at. And, hey, all about your blah, 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 what's up, man? We're down to 4 people in here. You missed it. We hit a record 15 people in here today, all about your blah, blah, blah. It was awesome. Or tied a record, 15 people in here. Joe Mama says, I like watching because you beat up a lot of players I can't. Appreciate that, Joe Mama. I get beat up, too, as you've seen, by a lot of players that beat up a lot of other people, too. So you get to see, I can't profess to be the best, but what I do like to do is learn and share what I learn, and, I like the fact that we're just chilling. I love that, man. This is a great stream. Donato says, the classes you now attend are your position coaches, coordinator, head coach, staffing. Yeah, that's true. Right. Those are the classes you've got. With your coordinators. And it's weird to think, because these guys, you see these monsters on the field, like, it's hard to, it's easy to not remember that these are kids, coming out of college a lot of the times. These are still children. They don't look it, but they are, they're just still young. They haven't experienced so much. This is their first job, Woo! It's a wrap! Put him down with that head kick. And you're being paid $12 million over 4 years, so you damn better be on time. That's right. A lot of those guys don't realize that. And also, another thing they don't realize is the average football career is like 3 years. So you sign this long contract, you're not, you better play or you're not getting paid. And your career, by the way, you're not going to be Ray Lewis or whoever else. You're not going to stay in the league for 10 years. You're likely going to be in there 2-3 years, and your NFL career is over. And then these guys, because this is your first time you're a child, and somebody's always there to replace you, right? Somebody's always trying out. There's always somebody stronger, faster, that's been working harder than you. So it's a terrible rat race, and these kids come out of college, get exposed to all of this money, all of this adulation, all of this wealth, and it's very difficult for them. It becomes very, very difficult for them to be successful because you've been given the whole world. We'll do one more fight. How about that, guys? We'll do one more fight. I know there's only 4 people in here. We'll do one more. Let's run one more fight. It's difficult for these guys. Yeah, except for once again, Tom Kirky. You're not Tom Brady. Not you, Tom Kirky, but the general person coming into the NFL is not Tom Brady. Tom Brady is he is gifted. He has a tools that I'll say, will never have. Most people will never have the genetic makeup to withstand 10 however long this guy has been a professional football player, 20 years, whatever this is, you can't do that. Your body won't be able to do it. You will break down before that happens. He is a freak of nature in the most respectful way that could possibly be said. Tom Brady is a freak of nature. I don't co-sign the fact that Tom Brady's the best athlete we've ever seen or the greatest of all time at sports, but he is phenomenal. Even Tom Brady, he wasn't drafted high at all. Yeah, that's crazy. He wasn't drafted high. A lot of those guys, all about your blah, blah, blah says QBs last longer, though, surely. Yes, they do. They are not supposed to be exposed to the grind, but even most quarterbacks won't come in there. And Tom Brady, to Donato's point, he developed into the greatness that we saw over time, for sure. Trying to get one more fight in here. I don't know if anybody, Donato, if you're still playing Outriders, but man, I need to get back into it. I've been missing that game. Very interesting. I'm actually excited for some games that are coming up here as well. I want to get my hands on different content, different games that are coming up. And once again, I said I'm going to be getting into editing and chopping things up, making better thumbnails, things like that. Just got to find the time. Coach Donato says QBs that are good last longer. Ask Ryan Leaf or Todd Marinovich. I know Ryan Leaf. I don't know who Todd was, and I'm not that familiar with football. I don't pay that close of attention, but I do know what you're talking about there. All About Blah says, I've sat UFC 4 down for a bit. I've been playing Prison Architect. What is Prison Architect? And all about your blah, 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 what made you put down UFC 4? A lot of people, wow, you are the second or third person in the stream, maybe the second, I think, maybe the third, that said that they are sick of UFC 4, they're taking a break, or whatever the case may be. UFC 4 is not, you know what it is? Somebody pointed out in a forum I was watching, when they were watching Stipe versus DC, they were playing UFC 4 in real life right before Stipe's fight with Ngannou. The DC and Stipe were playing to promote the fight, and it was interesting. They're having a blast, and people were watching it were having a blast. And I feel like you will love this game. If two people don't really know how to play the game, you'll absolutely love it. But the more you learn about the game and understand about the game, the less you'll like it. So if they've built a game for noobs, for like new players, it's not going to appeal to us. That's why those of us that have played it for a while, there are a lot of issues. It's built for people to just pick up and have a good time, not for us trying to get deep into this thing, you know, which is unfortunate. Let's go back to a little DC action. Let's do a little DC here. So we've got All About Your Blah Blah says it's a build your own prison micromanagement game. I'm laughing because that's interesting. Can you have riots in that game? Can things get out of control? Are there drugs? Are there people sneaking things around? Contraband. The game isn't fun for him right now. I totally understand you, man. There's some days I play where, like I'm telling you, I think that what makes me like the game, like I said, is the stream. It's the reason why I'm not sick of the game, because I like seeing people and talking to people and doing this every day. So I'm thinking the next game, the next game after Outriders, I might just stream that too, just to see if that picks up. See if people enjoy talking while we stream other games. Tom Kirky says, word has it, Coach has never done drugs. Always respect your federal government's wishes. Do not do drugs. All About Blah Blah says, everything that happens in prison happens in the game. It's a lot of detail to it. Yikes. That actually sounds kind of cool, man. I'll be honest with you. That sounds like a silly idea, but it sounds kind of cool. It almost sounds like something that Coach Donato and Coach Susie would enjoy doing, kind of managing. Maybe they went like the theme of managing a prison, but it's kind of building and maintaining, you know, governing a large structure, and processes, multiple processes and things like that. Okay, so we're fighting our last fight of the stream. Promise. This is Calakian. It's sort of like City Skylines, sort of game. Okay, cool. So it is very similar. Yeah, I've played there a long time ago. I played a similar game where you kind of build your city and defend it against. Kyle Combs says, I got my first belt in ranked. I'm glad the division in heavyweight, lightweight. Yeah, I'm glad it's currently heavyweight. And shout out Shout out to Kyle Coleman getting his first belt. This guy was struggling when we first met Kyle. He was having a hard time blocking transitions. He's getting belts on ranked now. The progress, that's what I was saying too. That's why I still enjoy this game too, is seeing people get better at it. I like that. I don't know why. I think it's fun. It's like a science experiment. It's interesting watching Coach Donato go from not being able to beat the computer on easy to just, getting up to normal and being able to beat it every time. I like that for whatever reason. Donato says, I'm looking forward to co-op and Outriders. I am too, Coach Donato. I'm absolutely looking forward to it. I got to get back out there and get on there. Okay, almost got him with that. See which direction he... man. Cities is the only game both me and the missus play. Yeah, no, I seeing it, I get how you can almost... Those types of games look like games you just get lost in. And it's so... I can see where the kind of addiction to it comes from, because all of these variables are in play and things happen. Donato said, I started back on SimCity. Yeah, I don't ever hear people talking about SimCity anymore. I don't ever hear about it. And that game used to come out, updates to it, and it would be like on the news. You would hear about, new SimCity. Now you don't hear anything about SimCity games. Or at least I don't. So here we go. And of course, all a bunch of blah 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 is recommending all Prison Architect. Donato says he's able to handle himself at least. Yeah. Yeah, you're able to defend yourself. That happened. I mean, think about where we were a month ago, man. Think about that. Think about where you were a month ago. It's like watching development is very interesting. And seeing how people's games develop. How Callum became this, like, super technical striker over time. I got to get all my fast switch fibers back up and running. Yeah, you do. Got to get neurons firing too. Ah. Woo! It's a wrap! Oh no, he quit. He quit. He had enough of that. He did not like that knockout. That was excellent. That felt so good. That was a great way to end the stream. Thank you, blah, blah, blah. Thank you to everybody who was able to make it. Let's check where we are on the leaderboard. Of course, we got some points back there. Started this one right where we started. It was at 207, I think, when we started the stream. Looking at the top, and that's our universal ranking in North America. We are 86th on the list. Zayaf in the top 10. We just fought Zayaf today. Donato says he can't lie. He's totally addicted to fishing and hunting simulators too. I got to give those a try, man. I've seen them out there, never given them a try. I definitely need to get at it. There's so many games out there I need to try. I would like to find, like I said, I'm hunting for the right game to also stream on this channel. Get a little variety in here. Give the people what they want. I appreciate you guys for being here with me today. We will be back tomorrow. I thank you so much. If you haven't had a chance to enjoy your Sunday, get out there, have fun. Donato, Kyle, all about your blah, 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 Proto, Tom Kirky, Ed, everybody, shout out to you. I really appreciate you one more time. You know what's coming up, because I know what's coming up. I'm going to catch you on the flip side. Peace. I'm out.